student, we have learned on how to differentiate between definite and indefinite integrals, and we also learned how to solve the definite and indefinite integration. So now let's see a few exercises to help you out with this topic of definite and indefinite integration. Okay, we have reviewed a few techniques and rules of integration, including the definite and infinite integration, the difference between both. Okay, now we want to see a few exercises of integration. Let's see the first one. We need to solve the integration of x squared plus x dx. Okay, so this one you can write it as integration of x squared plus x dx. So if you can see here, you have two different functions separated by the operation of addition plus. Okay, so you can use the rules of integration. Actually, you have two ways. You can directly integrate. Okay, so integrate x squared, you will have x power of 3 divided by the new power plus integrate x, you will get x power of 2 divided by the new power 2, and because of this one is the indefinite integral, therefore we need to put plus c at the back of the answer. So this one is the first way, or you can use the rules of integration where we can separate the function. We give each of the function the integral symbols here. Okay, so what you will have is integration of x squared with respect to x plus, we follow the sign, the operation here, integration of x with respect to x. So still we need to do an integration for both function. Okay, usual technique, two-step techniques of integration, where you need to plus 1 the power, so it become x power of 3 and divide with the new power 3 plus integrate x to the power of 1, it will become x to the power of 2 divided by 2 plus with c, because this one is indefinite integral. So you have two ways. Either you straight away integrate each function differently, or you can separate each function according to rules of integration. Okay, if you have like this second exercise here, you need to solve the integration of 5x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 1. Okay, the first one you can do is, you can see this one is the constant multiplied by the first function multiplied by the second function here. Because of it separated by the operation of multiplication, therefore, as we discussed in the rules of integration before, we can move out the constant outside of the integration process. So it will become 5 outside here, integrate x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 1 dx. Okay, so 5 is a constant, so we put it outside. We will not disturb 5. We only will integrate this function. Okay, and even though you have now two different functions, but you cannot separate this function like this, x minus 2 dx multiplied by x plus 1 dx. Cannot, because the separation, the rules we see before is only applicable if the operation is plus and minus. If the operation is multiplication, we cannot separate it. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to expand the function. Okay, here you still can expand the function. What means expand? We will multiply x with x. Okay, so you have 5 outside here. Okay, x multiplied by x, you will get x squared. And then x you multiply by 1, so x multiplied by positive 1, you will get positive x. And then you take 2, negative 2 here, negative 2 multiplied by x, so you will get negative 2x. Negative 2 multiplied by positive 1, you will get negative 2 dx. Okay, when you already expand, we can see, we can solve which one we can we can add or minus. So you can see here, this one is the same variable, x minus 2x. You have 1x, you minus with 2x, what you will get is negative x, 1 minus 2. Okay, 1 minus 2 is negative 1 because this one is 1x minus 2x, so you get negative 1x. So you can write your integration like this, 5 integrate x squared minus x minus 2 dx. Okay, not yet complete. You need to do the process of integration for this function. Okay, so 5 outside here. Okay, and then you put bracket. So x squared, you integrate, you will get x cubed over 3 minus, you integrate x, you will get x to the power of 2 over 2 minus, okay, remember, if you integrate constant, what you will get is 2x plus with c, don't forget. So this is the final answer of your integration. All right. So next, we want to see this example here. Okay, you want to see this example here when it's involved the integration of 1 over 2x squared minus 4 over x squared plus 1. So you can write it as integration of 1 over 2 x squared minus 4 over x squared plus 1 dx. Okay, so class, you need to remember that whenever you want to do a process of integration, the x cannot be at the bottom in the denominator. It needs to be on top, which is in the numerator. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to bring the x upward. Okay, we need to bring the x on top. Therefore, we change the position of x. Whenever we are changing the position of x, the sign of the power will be opposite. If the previous one is positive, when you change the position, it will be negative. Okay, so now you have to integrate 1 over 2x squared minus, we bring x squared here up here, it will become 4x negative 2 because you change the position of x plus 1 dx. Only now we can do a process of integration as usual, two technique of integration. The first one, you need to plus the power by 1. So you have your constant 1 over 2 here. X become 3, divide by the new one, 3. Divide by the new power, 3. Okay, minus 4x. Okay, negative 2 plus 1, it become negative 1. And then you divide by the new power, negative 1. Okay. Plus with, remember just now we learned whenever we need to integrate a constant, it will become the variable. So now you integrate 1, so 1 become 1x. So we just put x, and because of this one is indefinite integral, therefore we put plus c at the back of our answer. Okay. So this one is actually have complete the process of integration. Now we only want to simplify the answer. Okay, if you can see here 1 over 2, and this one is multiplication, so we can multiply the denominator. So what you have is 1 over 6 x to the power of 3. Okay, negative and negative will give you positive. Okay, 4 divided by 1 is 4, and we bring back x to the power of negative 1 to the denominator. We change back the position. So when we change back the position from the power negative, it will be positive 1. Because of the power is 1, we are not writing 1 there. But if you write 1, it is not a mistake. It's not wrong. Okay, but usually our practice, if the power is 1, if the coefficient is 1, we are not writing the 1. Okay, so we have plus x plus c. So this one is the answer. All right. So how if you have been asked to solve 2 over x, 2 over square root of x. Okay, so the first one, you cannot integrate x when x is at the bottom or in the denominator. You need to change the position of x. The second one, you cannot integrate square root. you need to change square root into the power. So we have learned before, I have shown you before how to change the square root to become a power. If you have square root of x, okay, without any number outside here, it means that it's square root 2. Okay, so you will get x to the power of 1 over 2. The one up here in the numerator is the power of your x, and the one in the denominator is the value of root. If you cannot see, means it's 2 is the minimum value. Okay, sometimes you can see like this. Sometimes you can see like this. You have x to the power of 3 square root 5, for example. So how can you change from root into power is, it will become, your power will become in fraction, where on top here is the power of your x, which is 3. And in the denominator is the value of root, which is 5. So this one is actually x to the power of 3 over 5. This is how you want to change from root into power. So whenever we want to do a process of integration, we need to change the root to become power, and then we can do the process of integration. So now what we want to do is, we want to integrate 2 over x to the power of half dx. Okay, but remember again, you cannot integrate when your variable in the denominator. So we need to change the position of our variable. So now we bring it up. So what will happen is, the sign of the power will be opposite. So you have integration of 2x to the power of negative half dx. So now you can do a process of integration as usual. Okay, 2x. So now the power plus 1, negative half plus 1. Negative half plus 1. You owe your friend half, and then you pay him 1. Either you still have debt, or you get the remaining of your money. So you will get the remaining of your money by half. Negative half plus 1 is half. Negative half plus 1 is equal to half. Okay, negative half plus 1 is equal to half. Okay, and because this one is indefinite integral, don't forget that you need to divide by the new power, 1 over 2 plus with c. Okay, it's not looking so good here because you have a few layer. Okay, so you need to change a little bit now. So how to change this one? You can change this one is divide, right? You can change division into multiplication. So what will happen if you have now 2x to the power of half divide by 1 over 2, okay, plus c at the back here. Okay, you want to change divide into multiply, it will become 2x to the power of half multiplied by this one, you need to turn upside down. If you have 1 over 2, it will become 2 over 1. Okay, and you have plus c here. So what you will get in return is, you can multiply everything here. 2 multiplied by 2, it becomes 4x to the power of half. This one is eliminated because it's 1, there is no problem. And then plus with c. So this one is the final answer. Okay, either you want to leave your answer like this is acceptable, or you can change back your x to the power of half into square root. So it becomes 4 square root of x plus with c. Okay, so this is how you use the knowledge of integration to solve or to find the integration of some function. How if we have the definite integral for the same equation? How if we have the definite integrals? Let's say this one, you have been asked to integrate x squared plus x. Okay, let me bring this one. Okay, we put it somewhere here. We want to see the difference between the definite and indefinite integral. So let's say you need to now integrate Okay, you need to now integrate from 1 to 3 your function x squared plus x dx. So this one is called as definite integral. Why is called as definite integral? Because you have your lower limit and you have your upper limit. So whenever you want to solve the definite integral, the process, the techniques that you use is still the same. Okay, you still need to integrate first your function here. So you will get x cubed over 3 plus x squared over 2. But because this one is definite integral, you no need for you to write c, no need for you to write plus c, but you need to write the limit that we have, which is 1, 2, 3. That one is the first difference between definite and indefinite integrals. So this one is called as indefinite integral because we have no limit. Okay, and what we are now doing is the definite integral. So how to solve this definite integral? The first one, you put bracket. Okay, you put minus and the second bracket. So the first bracket, you need to substitute the value of 3 inside x, every x that you have in your equation. So what you have here is 3 to the power of 3 divided by 3 plus 3 to the power of 2 divided by 2. Okay, and the second bracket here, you substitute 1 inside your x, inside your x. Okay, so what you will have is 1 to the power of 3 divided by 3 plus 1 to the power of 2 divided by 2. And you can just simply calculate calculate by using your calculator. So what you will get here is, in the first one is 9 plus with 9 over 2 minus with 1 over 3 plus 1 over 2. Okay, so you will get 9, 18, 27 over 2 minus with 5 over 6. So you can calculate by using your calculator. So what you will get in return is 81 minus with 5 is 76 over 6. Okay, so you will get this. So you can see the second difference is in term of answer. If indefinite integral, your answer would be in the form of equation, but definite integral, your answer would be in the form of value. Okay, so same goes to this second one. Okay, if you have been asked to differentiate, to integrate, let's say we do this one. Let's say we do this one. Let me put it aside. This one is called as indefinite integrals. Okay, so this one is called as indefinite integral because it doesn't have any limit. Okay, how if you have been asked to integrate from 0 to 2 1 over 2 x to the power of 2 minus 4 over x to the power of 2 plus 1 dx. Okay, so the methodology is still the same. The first that you need to do is you need to integrate the function. So you will get the same function, which is this one. Okay, you will get 1 over 6x cubed plus 4 over x plus x, but because this one is definite integral, you have the lower limit and the upper limit, so it's no need for you to put plus c, but what you need to do is you need to put the limit, which is 0 to 2. And then we need to solve. We have two bracket, minus, and the second bracket. Okay, so the first one, you need to substitute the value of 2 inside whatever x that you have. 1, 2, and 3. So you will have 1 over 6, 2 to the power of 3, plus 4 over 2 plus 2. Okay, and for the second bracket, you substitute x with 0. every x you need to be substituted by 0. So what you will have is 1 over 6, 0 power of 3 plus 4 over 0 plus with 0. Okay, so if you can see here, this one is actually infinity. Okay, we just ignore this one because you are not learn something addition with the infinity. This one is just the example. Okay, 4 over 0, any number if you divide by 0 you will get infinity actually, but we just ignore this one. This one is equal, let's say it's equal to 0. Okay, so you have 1 over 6, 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 8. So you have 8 over 6 plus 2 plus 2. So you have 8 over 6, or you have 4 over 3 plus 4. Okay, so 4 over 3 plus 4 is 16 over 3. Okay, so you have 16 over 3. Okay, you can calculate by using a calculator and you will get 16 over 3. So it is the difference between the definite and indefinite integrals. If indefinite integrals, your final answer will be in the form of equation with plus c at the back. And for definite integrals, your answer is in the form of value. Alright.